Hey guys, we're back. We're back. It's been a crazy day. It's been a crazy, crazy week. Staffless has its first customers going, and you know what? I wanna share some stories with you young founders. You young founders that are starting business for the first time. This is gonna be a mind-blowing episode for you because as someone who's had multiple businesses in the past, you eventually get used to having a certain kind of customer that you deal with, right? And because I'm starting again with Staffless, I'm kind of having to start again and get new customers to kind of build up a portfolio in order to prove the point that I can do X, Y, and Z, right? So I've had to start again. And the same problems that I had when I started with my other businesses, I have today. What is that problem? This episode is going to be about that kind of customer and what I'm dealing with, things I know. So, the customers you are going to get at the low end of the scale, the ones that are spending the dimes, the very small dirhams, the very few rubles, and so on and so forth, it's the customer that has a problem, every solution. Now, doesn't matter how good your history is, doesn't matter how good your portfolio is, doesn't matter who you know, where you've been, what you've done. You could literally be the advisor to the president of the United States of America and make $1 billion, and these guys will still find a problem to pick it apart because they are a low value customer. Now, that's going to ruffle a few feathers for anyone listening. It's like, well, is a low value customer a low value person? No, it's not. But there's a mentality, and look, we're in the business game. Let's leave the woke terminologies for people. We're talking numbers, figures, and how to get ahead here. So we're going to talk to one another in a real sort of sense, right? A low value customer and a low value person do have a lot of similarities because the value is a monetary value. It's dependent on how much they spend and how much they perceive the value of that money, because their ability to generate that money is tied as to how they're going to value that money, right? So what I'm trying to tell you is, if somebody has a lot of trouble getting, let's say, $1, they're going to be a lot harder to deal with versus someone who has almost the same amount of trouble getting $1 million. The value of money is going to change based on the person, right? So you'd be like, well, Volker, why not just hit up higher level customers? Why not just hit them up? We are, and we have. But the thing is, you need reps when you start something new. You need reps, and this is going to be somewhat of a controversial take. And look, literally no one else on the internet is going to tell you this. All right. You know, when you start dating, and this is going to apply maybe for more guys and girls, but for the girls that are listening, I want you to kind of pay attention. It's going to give you maybe some dating advice too. You know, when you're a guy and you're starting out and you have a few practice runs, right? So it's maybe not the girls that are the ones you kind of want, but it's the ones that you can kind of like get a little bit easier. The low value customers are your practice runs. They're the ones that, you know what, they're going to be a bit of a pain in the ass, but if something fucks up along the way, it's a learning experience and you're still going to get paid a little bit. And despite all that, it's still a net positive for the business. Fucked up as it is, I am once again talking to business people that are trying to get ahead. This is real advice. I'm not trying to sugarcoat it. It is what it is, but you do need to get your reps in. And sometimes you don't want to get your rep in against the guy that's going to be paying you $15K a month, right? Why would you? Like, the guy is a solid account. It's probably easy to deal with. He's going to pay those bills as long as you can deliver and take his problem off his plate, put it onto your plate, and give him back a clean plate. Everything's good. You're getting $15K a month. Why would you fuck that up? You shouldn't, right? But if you have an account that you're charging $500 for, and the guy is asking you 1,000,001 questions to prove this, blah, 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 show the maths on this and that, and it's a head fuck. It's a head fuck the whole time. You're like, you know what? take him on board, and use him as a sport, as a sport trial type of thing. You know what I mean? I was gonna say something else, and I think you guys know what. But yeah, you got to use those accounts, those ones that have a problem for every solution. You still can make use of them, guys. Not that you can't. You can still make use of them. They're useful in their own way, and I just told you how. So here's the trick. And here's the difference. It's very important that you don't get a whole stable full of these useless accounts, because you're gonna fucking put a bullet in your head halfway through. I almost did when I was dealing with them, like when I was dealing with my supplement brand. When I first started, I had a whole stable full of these accounts that would just do my head in. Literally, they would do a $500 PO. They would want them on term, so they would pay in 30 days. And then on top of that, they would need X and they would need Y, and they couldn't do this, and they had to complain about this. Every customer that walked in with a question, they put me on the phone. It was a job, bro. Like, it was a fucking job, But I'm like, you know what? It's okay. It's okay. Okay. What I did, every time I walked into their store, I'll take photos. I'd rearrange the displays because it made my brand look like it's more in a position. $500 worth of stock, you can arrange it in a way that it looks like it's $1,000 worth of stock. In some cases, $2,000. That's exactly what I did. People are like, oh fuck, man, like this guy's everywhere, right? Stock's everywhere, on every shelf. And then the bigger guys are like starting to notice. They're like, hold on, if this guy's got it and this guy's got it and this other guy's got it, we need to get it too. And then it started creating demand. Look, perception is almost everything, really. The perception is there. You're really gonna win. So, guys, the sport fuck. That's what I was gonna say before. I don't know why I didn't say it. I feel like I let myself down there a little bit, ladies and gentlemen, listening to this podcast. Yeah. Am I trying to be too politically correct? Why am I even doing that? That's not even me. Holy shit. This podcasting thing is weird. But, guys, the sport fuck customer is very important for you to get your reps in. Sport fuck them. Make sure they know that you're looking after them. Don't let them know they're a sport fuck. No. Let them know that you're there to service them and you're going to do a good job, and you are going to do a good job. You're going to get a good review. You're going to milk the sport fuck. But every single fucking email, every single fucking SMS, every single fucking question, you're going to have a 1-for-1, in fact, a 2-for-1 tally. And when you learn how to ratio that system, the sport fuck becomes an asset. Don't let go of that asset, but do not overinvest in the sport fuck, because it will fuck you in the end, right, ladies and gentlemen? You have to understand that. So that is my advice to you, young, beautiful entrepreneurs out there in this business crazy world, trying to make a buck for themselves and their families and become someone of status and import. I hope you achieve your goals, and I hope you guys do the very best for yourselves, because you can. It's not that difficult of a job, but it is a job, and it can be difficult to start, especially when no one believes in you, right? So, all of you, hope you enjoyed this episode. If you do, you can comment something down below. Do you have a couple of sport fuck clients? Share your stories. I'd love to hear from them. And I'll see you guys on the very next one.